painting behind me is my favorite work of art of all time, and yes, that does include my nephew's artwork. It is of course a beautiful painting, but the main reason why I love it so much is because the origins of this painting and mine are forever linked. But how could I be possibly linked to a 16th century Renaissance painting? The painting is called the Bacchanal of the Andrians, or the Andrians, and it was painted by Tiziano Vecelli, or simply Titian as he is known in English, because English people cannot deal with foreign names. The actual link I have with this painting is with what it depicts. It is set in the Greek island of Andros, where I was born and raised and where I spent most of my days, and it depicts an ancient tradition of my ancestors. The Andrians worship Dionysus, or Dionysus as we know him, and he was the patron god of the island. Their coins bore his ivory-wreathed figure, and every year, on January 5th, during the 7-day celebrations in his honor, story has it that he would travel to the island and bless the spring around which his temple was built by transforming its water into wine. It was called the Day of Theodosia, or God-giving. The Andrians would get merry and obliterated in his honor, and he would celebrate with them. Unfortunately, Dionysus' temple has not been found yet on the island, but excavations are underway to locate it. The question, though, on my mind was, how did the mythical parties of my ancient Greek ancestors from a small island in Greece reach Tiziano Vecelli in the 16th century and even inspired him to paint them? As it turns out, it was inspired by Imaginus, a book by two ancient Greek authors, both conveniently named Philostratus, within which there was an account of a different painting of 2nd century in a villa near Naples, depicting the same Andrian miracle. However, Tiziano didn't depend much on the literary source itself and allowed himself certain liberties. Most notably, unlike Philostratus' account, Dionysus and his followers are not in this painting. It is presumed that they are on this ship sailing away. In the painting we see the merry drunken Andrians, a sleeping nymph, and a urinating boy who allegedly represents laughter, but all I can see is a spoiled kid who ruins everyone's fun by peeing in the miracle wine river from which everyone drinks. Another notable point of the painting is the inclusion of a musical score right there. It is a canon that reads something in Flemish, which loosely translates into "those who drink and do not drink again do not know what drinking is," something I lived by in my 20s. This is attributed to Adrian Willard, who was a Flemish musician of the time. In this remarkable painting, we find the stories of the Andrians and their miracle celebrations to have prevailed over time and occupying forces. And through it all, the drunken miracle of a small island reached through time to find one of its descendants and tell its story. And to that, I drink. See you next time.